Hey, my friends, it is Thursday night and 6:30, and it's time for us to talk about the Gospel of Luke. It's going to be short tonight. I'm not going to do my whole scripture, tradition, reason, and experience because you may be able to tell I am in the middle of moving. And so I have spent my entire day getting stuff hauled over here, getting leases signed, all of that. So I did think it was worth reflecting on Luke chapter 9, verses 57 and 58, in which someone says to Jesus, "Hey, I will follow you anywhere that you go." And Jesus says, "Really? Because foxes have dens and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head." And of course, my whole life, I have had somewhere to lay my head. I have always been privileged in that way. I have always been safe and sound. And that's something that's particularly poignant this week as we think of all of those in the world who haven't been safe and sound in their homes or driving around town. But this time of year when I'm moving to a new appointment and when the walls are bare and the rooms are bare, it feels like, at least on some level, I know what Jesus was talking about having nowhere to lay your head, because those of us that do enter into this life of ministry do commit ourselves to not knowing where we're going to lay our heads at the very least. And I am so excited to start working at First United Methodist Church in Conway in July. And I've already started the moving process to get over here and start to get settled. But I also mourn the places that I leave, this time the Arkansas Conference offices. I'm also leaving my family behind for this one. They're staying in Hot Springs Village so Soren can finish out his senior year. And we don't have to be disruptive again. We don't have to have no place to lay your head. So I'm in a studio apartment in Conway, disrupted and displaced, but also committed to following Jesus. We're all called in different ways to follow Jesus. We all have our sacrifices that we have to make for that. Hopefully there are sacrifices of joy like I will experience in ministry, hopefully my entire time working in ministry. But there are also these moments of disruption. Jesus will mess your life up, people. and if Jesus is not messing your life up, you're not reading the gospel close enough, because he does not leave us who we are and does not leave us in the places that we are. And we are especially called to that this week as we have recognized how disrupted and unfair and unjust of a society we have. And that we need to do better and we need to be better. So if that means some of us are displaced and some of us find ourselves feeling as though we have no place to lay our head for a while, so that we better understand those who feel that way all the time, then so be it. I am blessed to call you all friends. I'm blessed to be with you each Thursday night. Next week I'll be back to the regular scripture, tradition, and reason and experience. But just know that you all are in my prayers, that all of your communities are in my prayers, and that I wish blessings upon you. And I will see you next week. May you have a place to lay your head.